Alright, welcome to another episode of Millennials in a Room.
Featuring Generation Z.
A member of Generation Z. When does Generation Z start? Like 93?
94. I just missed the mark by like a year or something, or a couple of months.
Wait, it starts from 94?
Yeah.
Isn't it 95?
No.
You're telling my sister's Generation Z?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Millennials featuring a Generation Z member.
Stop putting us in your trashy grouping. Millennials.
I mean, everyone has to identify with something.
Yeah, millennials are trash though. So I wouldn't want to.
I'm scared for you guys. Gen Z.
It's a lot, eh? What's
It's
happening?
yeah.
Things like extra kinky, everything's just...
Everything is on a, yeah.
Yeah, but let's just introduce ourselves. This is Keith. Yeah, everyone else introduce yourselves.
Tropica. I'm new to the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Spiso, the only Generation Z member here. Avid coffee drinker.
Yeah, too much.
And asshole of notes.
Anyway, mina ngolaki.
Alright,
So, let's do it.
yeah, I hope everyone had a good week. I'd like to thank everyone that listened to last week's installment, our first episode.
Yeah.
I got some great feedback from last week, and we'll obviously incorporate all the positive and the negative criticism, but we'll just get right into it. The week that we had, that we're coming from, has been a hectic week for South Africans as a whole. I think, if this week hasn't left you a bit shocked with everything that happened, then yeah, you probably are the most tone deaf. You probably Cyril Ramaphosa, I think.
Yeah.
He's the only one who's shocked at what's happening.
Not too.
Not too
Tumami.
I took ugly out. And it was like, let's not even talk
Can a
about
guy's name be Noctula?
No.
Yes, it can.
Like, which guy do you know too? Not too.
Noctula is gender neutral.
No.
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
No. Noctula.
I mean,
no,
the translation is gender neutral.
But
The translation is.
Yeah, the translation
Do
is.
you know a guy
but
called Noctula?
No, but what's the problem? Why can't the guy be called
I'm not saying like.
There's like a guy called Mbali.
Well,
No,
not.
can't
why
call
not?
man.
Damn.
But
Flower?
but
You're a flower?
I'm
Yes,
not money
you're
on
like, oh, you're a beautiful flower to your parents. That's why they named
guys,
you
come
that.
on.
But come on,
But you mala kupalisa.
No, it's not the same though. But
Yeah,
Noctula,
Why
guys.
listen?
Yeah, they're right.
Okay, the artists who are
Yeah.
older. Right?
Okay, upalisa but it's the same thing as umbali. Yes,
Sure.
You go.
But like,
So
Yeah,
if
guy
a Gina
called
with a
that.
high, I'm
Why
balisa.
not? Who said the guy can't be called that?
This is the world we're moving to. Gen Z.
Everything is gender neutral.
but
Here's a yellow problem.
Come on, guys.
No,
if
kid.
people decide to fix their relationship by having a child and the child was a boy, and then they're like, you brought peace to our relationship, then what?
It's fine that
Talk to, like, come on,
Oh,
guys.
okay, yeah.
Can.
Dude, remember some peace or something.
I
No,
don't
you're
know.
going to see
I
that.
please
Yeah.
don't.
Utalukholo.
I don't.
Utalukholo.
Such a trashy name.
Utalukholo.
Peace is such a trashy name. Wait,
Yeah, sharp.
Pardon,
Utalukholo. No, freedom is my
Alright,
Yeah.
let's
No
Back on
offense.
track.
get back on track. Alright, so some of the topics that I wanted to cover this week, from what happened this week. Definitely has to be the femicide,
Yeah.
the death of, what's her name?
You don't even know her name, dog. You don't even know her name, dog. I'm all black out here.
Hey man, I was black yesterday. How, But
doing it for clouds. Are y'all doing this for clouds? Damn.
do anything for clout. What's that song?
Nah,
But the video.
it's a serious thing, man.
Also, Cardi B ruined that song. That was a dope song until Cardi came on.
Please, sister, take a negative about women right now.
It's tough. It's tough right now.
Yeah, the death of
Uyinene.
Yeah.
So I think what about that incident sparked and triggered so much? Because it's not the first time, it's not going to be the last time. But that one really, I think the gruesome nature of it, and also the way that the innocence of the victim, not that other victims are not innocent, but the sheer innocence of it all, and also how it broke out.
I think what triggered women, I don't know, like I can't speak for women, but I honestly, from my opinion, I think what triggered them was the way it happened. This girl's the first year at UCC, we yellow post office.
Exactly.
The nigga, plays with her and says, yo, the thing's not working, come back later.
Back at 2.
He's luring her into a trap. The way that whole thing just went down, like, it's just crazy. I mean, a post office,
It's
You know, so it's just it asks the question: are we safe anyway for women? You know, are they safe anyway?
Exactly, which then started the whole "Am I next?" movement.
But beyond anything else, remember the trend there was a Twitter trend about the girl who went to renew a contract with her mother at South Sea,
Yeah.
and then the guy took
Yeah,
his
the
digits
numbers.
to understand. So, like, this is something that's happening over and over again.
Okay.
And then when you look at this particular situation, right? Because when we went missing, a lot of people were sharing it on Twitter trying to find her, so it was a public thing. Everyone knew that she was missing. Everyone was trying to find her, so I
So
think
when we find out that she was
dead,
murdered,
a lot of people were emotionally invested in her safety already. So it built the platform for everyone to bring up the problems that are facing a lot of the women in this country because of how men are treating them. You understand?
Yeah. So I think that was the trigger.
And it triggered
That
a
was
whole
the-
lot of
and then it
things.
triggered a-
domino effect.
Domino effect, which also turned out, to what's that Survivor?
Some page, you know,
The
Adonna-
page.
Adonna. So
That page for me was tricky.
do not. Let's just sway to that. Now actually focus on this quickly.
Okay.
So femicide. Some of the words were flying around a lot this week.
Yeah.
Femicide and what do we understand as gents? What do we understand about femicide and what it is, and what role are we playing in it, and what role are we playing to reduce it, or to what's our part in this? What's our role? Whether we're actively or we're passively part of it, and what we think we can do better to actually, do better.
I think we had the chat in the WhatsApp group, and you were like, men should stop objectifying women, seeing women as sex objects,
Okay.
and we should also see them as our equals. We shouldn't see them as
Just go.
beneath us or whatever. And I was like, well, first of all, men and women are not equal, physically, and I said I wish a study could be done, whether we look at the brain or whatever, anything else we can look at and compare the two genders. But we know that physically we're not equal.
Yeah.
So we're not equal.
But it's not just a physics thing.
Yes. There's more.
There's some parts where women are better than men.
Definitely.
Some parts where
And
men are
women.
better.
Exactly.
Emotionally,
And that's why I'm
women
saying-
are more emotionally in tune,
Definitely.
emotionally intelligent. We are just idiots most of the
Exactly.
time.
Which is why I say we are not equal. So that just breaks the equality part. Men and women are not equal in
But
different
you have to
aspects.
view me as a counterpart, as your equal in certain aspects.
Mm.
Don't objectify me, as this.
Then now the sexual object parts, the sex objects or whatever.
Yeah.
Guys, we have to be honest with ourselves. Amachita always look at women as sex objects. We say, look at that girl, she's hot, she's got a nice ass, she's got this body, she's got these boobs. We talk like that. That's our lingo. It's like how we that's just how we talk all the time. That in itself is, looking at women as sex objects.
But to bring it back to femicide, guys, I think a lot of the time, especially when you're looking at femicide in a situation whereby it's the girl's boyfriend or it's the husband or it's someone really close to them, right? There's a lot of like, I don't know, like, men feel ownership over the women that are in their life, and therefore, like, as soon as you do something that's not in line with what I particularly want, there's some sort of I need to teach you a lesson or I need to correct your ways type things. Like, I feel like I'm like, if you are out of tune with what I believe you should be doing or how you should be behaving, then I should put you back in check. I think that is the underlying cause of it. You understand?
No, true.
Because I mean, a lot of the time you hear, like, especially when you hear like women who are very vocal in society or within their groups, and then they're really meeting guys who have never really interacted with them. There's always that thing of, oh no, when I'm going to put this phone or when we have to teach you your place in the world. You understand?
It's
It's
correctional
bad.
rape when guys are like,
Exactly.
no, lesbian. Like, okay, I want to teach you to
Yeah,
to
like as soon as
like
you,
dick.
yeah.
Okay, guys, you don't know dick.
You don't know
Show
the
me.
Let me show you the stick.
As soon as you had a real man, you definitely
And
like
so-
you understand. And that's
No, but I think
that's
so
hard.
messed up.
It is messed up because I also find myself thinking that way sometimes. I always tell Mbali, so Mbali my chick, I tell Mbali all the time, like, Sandra, when you're out there in public, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself, you sort of represent me because we're together. And I'm thinking now, even when we married one day, wherever you go, represent me. So
And then
I'm
when
low key
you
now
represent-
controlling who to
Yeah.
What if she wants to wear her mini skirt and do whatever,
And when do you represent her when you're out there? Do you look at
I should,
when
yeah.
you go out? You think, okay, today, what my actions, everything that I'm gonna do, I
If
I
we
want a
together,
direct
like,
representation of my girlfriend.
That's my
It's
change
just
of
that
thought,
your
like,
mindset. As well.
you know.
And so that's not necessarily controlling. I don't think so. If we say
It does
it's
borderline.
our partnership to say, but it's controlling when she doesn't have a say in it. She says, okay, this is how I dress. So you make me dressing like this.
Yeah.
You chose to be with me like this. So you're gonna be with me like this. You telling me what to wear. That's when now, because you directly saying, okay, babe, you're a representative of me, so don't dress like that. But also, babe, you're a representative of me. Be mindful of what you say or do. Same way that I'm mindful of what I say because I don't want your friends or your mom or somebody seeing me or seeing things that I do and thinking, yo, I'm back.
But isn't that way like low key starts? I'm just saying, isn't
I
there's
think
a
it's
fine
really
line?
starts there. So this is the thing that I think I understand what you're saying, Keith, but a lot of times, so if let's say I have a girlfriend, right, and we have that agreement that I'm gonna be a representation of you, you're gonna be a representation of me, you know, understand? So like, if I'm like, yo dog, like I don't like you wearing short skirts or whatever, and then she's like, look, I don't want you hanging around other girls at all. You understand?
Yeah.
Right, let's say that's the agreement that we have, we're having, right? But at a point where I know if she comes at a situation and I'm chilling with girls, that there won't be any repercussions on my side. Like I'll just be like, I imagine king and type thing, you understand?
True.
And the situation is over. But when I see her out in public wearing a mini skirt, and now I am there like, no, like this, I have to address this now. I need to put you in your place. We need to talk about this. Do you understand that? So do you understand like the balance of power there? To say that if we're going to agree on something, the repercussions should be the same on both ways. As soon as the repercussions start tilting onto one side, this is where we start having a problem. Then, you understand?
It's always gonna tip the other side.
It will always tip. But another thing, we have to look at another thing like as guys, who are our role models? Who do we look up?